PSVR 1 year later, is it gone and already forgotten about? I think it is. Now, I know some people are going to sit there and say, oh, Michael, I disagree. You're so wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. Just zip your lip, stop your YouTube channel, because my oh my, you just sound so incredibly stupid. Folks, look at PSVR. Okay, take a good long look at PSVR and you will see that it's very evident that it is on the downward spiral. It has no hope of recovering. Okay, if this had a shot, you would see these big blockbuster upcoming titles, these AAA titles, be compatible with the PSVR headset. Like, I don't know, Spider-Man. Wouldn't that be an amazing game to play on the PSVR? Spider-Man in 20... Yeah, that would! Yeah! You know what I mean? You all would go out and pre-order that shit. But they're not doing it. You know why they're not doing it? Because they know internally that it's not worth the time, effort, or money. They did a forecast. They saw that the install base for PSVR was rather low. So they're like, no. It's a complete total waste of time. And folks, I'm going to tell you something right here, right now. This is not called video game art. It is the video game business. They do things to make money. Okay, I know there's a lot of devs out there, and I know there's a lot of publishers out there that like to make it seem like they're just in it to make these great, beautiful games. And while that can be true to some extent, at the end of the day, it is a business. You know what I mean? Anyway, PSVR. I'm going to give you 3 simple reasons as to why VR, in general, just ain't going to work in its current state in the video game world. And we can agree to disagree, okay? Number 1, and this isn't the big reason, but this is a big factor. But again, this isn't the biggest reason. The price point is way too steep, okay? Even at $300, even at the new low price of $300, they can take that and shove it where the sun don't shine. I mean, it is a total, complete ripoff. Because really, when you look at the PSVR for $300 with the camera, what do you get? I mean, what games are really there? None. Why would you want to go out and spend $300 when you can save just a little more and go out and buy an Xbox One X for $500? You know what I mean? $300 is still way too steep. Even at $99 in its current state, I think that still would be a complete total ripoff. Because you're not getting anything with the PSVR headset. You're not. And I'll tell you why in a moment, but let's head into our second reason, okay? And this is the big one. The second reason is the biggest reason. It is not convenient. It's not convenient. The product is not convenient. It is not convenient to put on this big, bulky headset. You're surrounded by wires. You're isolated from the outside world. Folks, that is not convenient, okay? Look at the iPhone. When the iPhone came out a decade ago, the reason why it took off was because it was convenient, folks. You used your finger to navigate through the UI. And if you ever got lost, if you ever needed help, if you ever needed a place to go to feel like you knew where you were, you simply pressed the home button. That was the only button on the face of the freaking screen. It was convenient. You look at PSVR and it's like, what is this monstrosity? Monstrosity, whatever you say, however you say that word, you guys know what I'm talking about deep down. And you know how we look at tech back in the 80s and 90s and we go, holy shit, people used an actual CD player or a cassette player and this, that, and the other? We're going to look back in about 10 or so years from now at PSVR, we're going to be like, holy shit, that thing? They thought that was the future of gaming? They were so stupid. Folks, let me tell you something right here right now. VR has to be as convenient and as elegant and as effortless as putting on a pair of sunglasses in order for it to work. And we're clearly not at that point just yet. So, convenience. That's why. That's the biggest reason why it didn't take off. Number 3. Number 3. Software. Software drives hardware. Okay, I'm going to repeat this about 10 times. Software drives hardware, 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 software drives hardware. Software drives hardware, folks. I look at PSVR and I say, okay, $300. That's what Sony's asking for the camera, the complete bundle to get up and going. Okay, plug and play with the PSVR. But then I go, wait a minute, hold the phone here. Where's the software? And I know you're going to sit there and say, well, Michael, look at the facts. Look at this list of upcoming titles that are currently in development for PSVR. Okay, cool. but quality over quantity. You know what I mean? Show me those killer apps. Oh, I know you're going to sit there and say, Resident Evil 7. Oh, this game right here. Oh, that game right there, Michael. Come on, man. It has no great compelling software. In addition, with the exception of a few titles, folks, okay? No great compelling software. And the thing is, you look at the list of upcoming titles for PSVR, and it's like these are mostly tech demos, mostly shooting galleries, mostly just indie games that really, to be quite frank, no one cares about. You have to bring the AAA titles to PSVR in order for it to have a chance at succeeding, but they don't care. Sony doesn't care about it. It is clearly on the back burner for Sony. It is. Okay, and I know you're going to sit there and say, I disagree, Michael, and this is why. Cool, we can agree to disagree, but folks, the software is lacking. Again, software drives hardware. You know, if they really wanted this thing to succeed, you would see upcoming games, big blockbuster titles, AAA titles like Spider-Man on PSVR, or maybe even The Last of Us Part 2. You know what I mean? That's... So there you have it. There you have it. PSVR, gone and already forgotten about. And still ridiculously expensive for what it has to offer. It's a shame because honestly, folks, I would be willing to budge. And I know a lot of you are going to say, oh, Michael, you have to try out VR before you talk about it. I've tried out VR before. That's the thing. That's the thing. I've tried out VR before, okay? And it doesn't do anything for me. And with everything that I said here in this video, it's like, not worth it. It's just so not worth it, folks. And that's really all I got to say about it.